Hello and welcome. Let us discuss this question that came in the year 2022 and is related to the topic environmental legislation. The question is, with reference to Indian laws about wildlife protection, consider the following statements. Number 1, wild animals are the sole property of the government. Number 2, when a wild animal is declared protected, such animal is entitled for equal protection whether it is found in protected areas or outside. Number 3, apprehension of a protected wild animal becoming a danger to human life is sufficient ground for its capture or killing. Which of the statements given above are correct? First of all, the law that defines whether the protection of wildlife is Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, in which recently an amendment was done in 2022. Recent amendment happened in Wildlife Protection Act. In this amendment, in earlier Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, there were 6 schedules. 6 schedules earlier. Now 4 schedules are there, in which various animal species and plant species are mentioned that are to be protected. We will discuss this in the coming time, but let us see the first statement: wildlife are the sole property of the government. In 2012, in a significant verdict, the Bombay High Court said that wild animals, including tiger, are the sole property of the government. So, Bombay High Court in 2012 gave a significant verdict as far as the protection of wild animals are concerned, and any damage to wild animals, these wild animals, should be compensated by central government. Compensated by central government. So they are sole property of government. So first statement is correct. Second statement, when a wild animal is declared protected, such animal is entitled for equal protection whether it is found in protected areas or outside. Irrespective of area, if any wild animal is under protected category, then it should be protected irrespective of the area. Whether it is found inside any protected area network, for example, wildlife sanctuaries or national parks, or outside of that. For example, a tiger if found in city, it will have equal protection as compared to the tiger found in Bandhavgarh National Park. So, it will have equal protection. As far as third statement is concerned, apprehension of a protected wild animal becoming a danger to human life is sufficient ground. No, it is not a sufficient ground. Only apprehension is not a sufficient ground. If in reality it becomes danger to human life or causing danger to any property, or is diseased, or is not in a situation where it can be protected in that area, then that wild animal can be captured or killed. Only apprehension is not the sufficient ground. So, this third statement will be incorrect. So, if we see the answer, then answer will be A. First and second statements are correct. Now, as far as schedules of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and the recent amendment of 2022 are concerned, this Wildlife Protection Act 1972 had 6 schedules, in which in the first and second schedules, animals that had higher degree of protection were covered. So these were endangered species. Endangered species like tigers, elephants. In schedule 3 and 4, animals with lesser degree of protection were covered. In schedule 5, vermins were covered. Vermins are animals or species that are causing harm to human life or the agriculture. and in Schedule 6 plant species were covered. But so these are 6 schedules. These were 6 schedules in the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. But as far as the Wildlife Protection Act of 2002 is concerned, 2022 is concerned, in 22, 4 schedules are mentioned. Schedule 1, 2, 3 and 4. In first schedule, this first and second schedule of Wildlife Protection Act is clubbed, that is animals with higher degree of protection are in first schedule, higher degree of protection. In second schedule, lesser degree of protection animals are there. So both first and second schedules are for animals. Third schedule is for CITES appendices species. Species that are mentioned in CITES are in third schedule. They are protected under third schedule. And fourth schedule, which was earlier sixth schedule, is for plants. Plant species are protected under fourth schedule. Wild plant species are protected under fourth schedule of Wildlife Protection Amendment Act of 2022, and these plant species that are protected cannot be cultivated otherwise. Cannot be cultivated, and for their cultivation as far as research purposes are concerned, then a license has to be acquired by Chief Wildlife Warden of the state. So this is the reason as far as plant species, the protected plant species under Schedule 4 of Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2022 is concerned. So we have already seen the answer for this question, that is A. 1 and 2 are the correct statement as far as this question is concerned. Thank you.